This meeting is being recorded.
Good afternoon or good evening, everybody. Welcome to Canadian Music 80s and 90s and More my YouTube channel and Facebook group. Hope you like what you're seeing. If you do, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate it. It's my pleasure to be joined by my good friend and music expert, and I don't use that term lightly, David MacMillan. I know he's incredibly excited because there's a new Rolling Stones album out.
They're very good.
It is a good record. I actually downloaded it and listened to it the other day. It's a really good album. It's quite phenomenal.
Yeah. But if they fired it on a record, I think it'd be brilliant too, But anyway.
I don't know. I listened to it a couple of days ago and I really liked it. It's a good record. Like it's very good music, good songs. The sound is awesome. Yeah. They haven't lost it at all.
That producer, just a second, I'm gonna grab. He did. I really shouldn't do this, but I'm gonna do this. Pop. He did the Iggy Pop album too.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's upstairs. But I got one with a different cover.
There it is.
Oh, really? Really? You couldn't put some pictures? No, we know the name of the band is Rolling Stones. What's great about it is that they do Rolling Stone blues, Muddy Waters song.
Yeah.
High time they did that song.
I think it's just great. They named. It's great. They're still making new music. I think it's awesome.
Yep, definitely.
It's definitely great.
Still thinking about having sex with underage teenagers at age 80.
Do you think are they going to tour?
God knows. No, I saw John Lee Hooker when he was 91. Jagger certainly has it. He certainly has it in him to do it. So
yeah, like I saw they did all the media stuff. Like I saw Keith Richards on the Tonight Show.
God, they did everything.
Tom Power interviewed Mick Jagger. I think Keith was on Stern too.
Yeah, and the Tom Power interview was really good.
Yeah,
because he caught Mick off guard. He talked to him about the stuff he did with the what's that Irish band, the Irish Tin Whistles and all that stuff.
The Chieftains.
Oh, yeah, the Chieftains.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. But yeah, I saw Keith Richards was on Stern. That was Howard Stern. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Pretty cool.
If you like Howard Stern, I don't mind him. I like it when he gets good interviews.
No, I'm not. I don't listen. I'm not that impressed. But anyway, he makes lots of money.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of Howard, but I do like it when he gets a good guest on.
Yeah,
he does do a good interview. I'll give him that much for sure. So you've apparently had quite the week just living the rock and roll lifestyle with all your old nemesis.
I got to really. My former job in my former life was a marketing manager at EMI Music Canada during the great time of Canadian music in the 90s. So I got to see 3 of my bands, and on the Thursday night I went to St. Catharines to see Econoline Crush. Just crush it. It's great. Trevor. It's I've known, like, these are people I've known for a long time now, like 30 years. And see what he's up to. And the neat thing too about Trevor, along with keeping Econoline Crush going, and these guys have been fairly standard for the past couple of years, except for when Ziggy died. And that's so sad about Ziggy. I still look on the stage and I don't see Ziggy there anymore after 25 years. Is pretty sad for me because I really love Ziggy a lot. But anyway, they hammered it, and Trevor also is a nurse now, taking care of a lot of people with special needs and a lot of depression and stuff like that. He's really well informed and a good person for helping out a lot of people around Brandon, Manitoba.
How many guys are still original members? Obviously, Ziggy's not there. But what's that?
Ziggy wasn't even a member. They've been through a lot of members over the years.
Yeah.
So there's no originals left at all.
Okay. And then who else did you get to go see? I understand you got to go see the Tea Party and I'm Mother Earth.
Oh, Tea Party Guy Mother Earth tour that's roaring across Canada right now. Highly recommend it if anybody hasn't seen it yet. It was off the hook. I'm again, those are two bands that I worked with, and it was great to see them together touring. And they did a really special thing. They for the VIP part of the show where people pay extra money to go see them do this pre-show. Both bands got on the stage and did acoustic cover songs. They did 5 songs, had some great banter. It was completely awesome. It was really, really cool. And they did Sympathy for the Devil, of course. I sort of thought they'd do that. Jeff's always done that. And so that was a lot of fun. And I took a legendary Canadian rock star with me, Uncle Dunk, Daryl Dwarf from the Killer Dwarfs.
Awesome.
And I'd never seen either of those bands. And I was really happy to be back in the concert hall, the Masonic Temple in Toronto,
Right.
Davenport and Young, where I saw the Jam, Iggy Pop. I saw the Cure there. I saw Gang of Four there. Saw Suicidal Tendencies there. Saw Ice Cube there. Saw the Beastie Boys. Just a great venue to be back in. Again, it's where Mike Bullard did his shows for years too.
Yes, that's how I used to go sit in the audience every time there was a band I liked there.
Oh yeah, and then so the show was great. I Mother Earth played first, and I just loved their sonic sound and just the percussion they play with. Obviously inspired by Santana, but with their own original songs. With Edwin singing again is pretty nice. And they did all the hits, of course, and just off the hook. And then Edwin goes, "Now here's a surprise," and Brian came back on stage, the singer that replaced Edwin, and he did the Summertime in the Void.
Oh, nice.
Which is great. And I knew it was going to come up next. I was sitting there. They're both of them were on stage together, and all I just yelled out was, "Feel heavy," like the Mother's song. They just burst into that. So that was just spectacular. A lot of great percussion jams going on. Even Burroughs came out from the Tea Party at one time to play along with them. So then the Tea Party set, again, another epic Tea Party set with Sun Going Down, which I just loved seeing live. And, of course, Sister Awake, and Temptation, and Save Me. Just an epic band. Jeff Burroughs still, I feel, is one of the best drummers in the world.
Absolutely.
And Jeff Martin said that from the stage. And it was just a fabulous night. I got to see all the guys again. All my pictures with Jag and Jeff Martin didn't turn out. Something was wrong with my phone, but Jeff Martin, he really doesn't appear in pictures. He's sort of, like the devil. And it was great seeing all the guys because I was very close to all these bands at one time in my life. So that was an epic night of great music. They're great players, all those guys. Still so good. Just mind-blowing how good it was.
So you did get a chance to talk with them all afterwards?
Yeah, you can see my pictures on my Stalker book, Facebook page.
Okay, cool. Yep.
Yeah,
nice.
I got to see everybody. Yeah.
Yeah, they came up to Moncton. That was as close as they came to me, was Moncton. I was hoping they'd bring it over to Charlottetown, but they didn't.
Yeah, too bad. It was a good one.
However, Big Russ is here on the island tomorrow night.
Are you going?
No, I have to work a Charlottetown Islanders hockey game instead. I wish I could.
Oh darn, what a drag.
But yeah, we've had so much hockey here over the past year. Canada just won the under-17s on Saturday night. Here in Charlotte.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that was a big tournament that was here last week. So.
Oh my God, didn't even know that.
If you're into hockey. So.
Well, I'll watch a good game. I don't have to like the team or anything.
No,
but
no, so it's that's quite a week for you.
Yeah, and then what's that?
You got to see our friend James Clark debut his new album.
Just a second, my sister. Oh, it's just a second there. Okay, there. Okay. Yes, I'll get the album
for sure.
Yes. The James Clark Institute. This is to me, it's great power pop. It reminds me of a lot of the music I absolutely adored from 1978 to 1980 coming out of England.
Mhm.
Rock Pile, Nick Lowe, and it was coming out of Canada too. With Segarini, just
Right.
loved that stuff, and you know, Bram Tchaikovsky. Oh my God, the list goes on of all these and Ian Gom and
Mhm.
just all these people that had hits and stuff. It was just a great show. He played the whole album, and then he you know, played their greatest hits.
Awesome.
I did request My Pal Foot, but he didn't play it. But he played some nice Archie songs, which is always nice. And just his original materials, just really laced with a lot of great hooks. I love the way, like, you listen to this, and the keyboard player playing with the guitarist, the interplay between the two of them is just outstanding. The arrangements of
Yeah.
these songs that were produced by Mo Berg
Yep.
and are just superb. And I realized after the show, the guitarist comes up, and he was a sales rep I dealt with for 30 years. I'm like, oh my
Nice.
God, I didn't know it was you. I was admiring your guitar work all night long. They're just so good. Like, it was like Steve Naive and Elvis Costello playing together. You know, that organ
Yeah.
in the attraction. You know, it was just it's power pop to the max. So they're a rocking band. Oh boy, did we have fun! Oh my God. Someone brought in a big, when they announced the bass player, this guy stood up with like a sign, like he's at a Taylor Swift concert. We love you, Tim. It was hilarious.
That is awesome.
But a good time is had by all.
Oh, Tim
So,
was great to deal with when I went to buy records in Oakville back in the day, and
yeah,
so was James for that matter. I mean, it's just, I mean, you don't know how talented these guys are. I was like, wow, these guys are awesome, and they don't just sell records to you; they
yeah.
play awesome music too.
And then I find out they know people I've known for years and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You just start making all these connections. Because I saw a picture of James with this woman that I knew in the 80s that worked at a record store. I guess he worked in record stores back then too.
Yeah. Oh, he's a
Detroit or
fantastic
something.
singer and songwriter. Like, I mean, this
Yeah.
Mo Berg really seems to bring the good out, like a good sound out in them.
I think that's a good mix because Mo's pretty poppy too, you know.
Yeah. Speaking of Mo, have you heard his new project, Trans Canada
I
Highwaymen?
haven't. Obviously, you've been listening to it. It's
I
got all the great
have.
can content on it.
It's fantastic. Like, what a mix of guys. Like, I mean, how do you not love that mix of guys? Stephen Page, Craig Northey, Chris Murphy, Mo Berg playing 70s pop songs from Canadian pop
Uh,
songs. Like, it's just
do they do?
awesome.
Do they do Raise a Little Hell?
No, but they do what do you call it? Rock Me Gently,
All
which
right.
is one of my favorite all-time songs. Like, they do an awesome job of it. They even do oh, they do a Guess Who song. I forgot which one. I downloaded the album and listened to it in the car the other day while I was driving up to Summerside. Um, but it's a great sounding record. And of course, everybody sings on it. Like, you get a different singer on every song, and they all play all
Right.
the instruments, which is awesome. Like, and then they wrote a song about themselves. The Trans Canada Highwaymen theme. It's awesome.
Pursuit of Happiness used to do this Monty Forte thing
Yeah,
too. They just did cover songs.
yeah, I remember that. They used to play the
Yeah,
horseshoe sometimes, I think.
yeah. I go see him at the Horseshoe.
But
That was always fun.
what a great project. I highly recommend listening to it, Dave. I think you'll love it. You'll love it. Um, but I mean, yeah, I hope they bring the show to the Maritimes at some point, because I'd really like to see that. I think it'd be awesome. But yeah, I think it'd be right up your alley, this record. I think you'd really like this album. It's I'm pretty excited about
Sounds
it.
like
But
cool.
I always liked The Pursuit of Happiness too. Like, I saw them at Sheridan College in 1992. And there was
Oh yeah.
there was this band nobody knew at the time opening for them called Our Lady Peace. Nobody
Yeah, I
had
saw
a clue.
that.
Nobody had a clue who they were. But 2 years later, they're
Yeah.
probably one of the biggest bands in Canada.
Same here. Just a second here. I'm just oh my god. The
I see you really trimmed down your record and tape collection.
yeah. Yeah, our lady piece opened up for the tea party at McGill before we
Yeah.
put out Splendor Souls. And nobody's at that show too. But I tell you, man, this Ed Stasium produced album
That's an
is
amazing
just
album.
so freaking loud. And I was listening to the song "The Downward Spiral,"
Hmm.
and the guitar sound in it is really interesting. I was like, "What is it? The sound. I don't understand. This doesn't sound like a guitar, but it's a guitar." And I was with Mo one day, and I said, "What's that guitar sound?" It was from a Leslie amp, Ben Mount Trenches amp from Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. One
Really?
of those amps, that spin around,
Yeah.
those Leslie amps, and that's what he played his guitar through for that song.
Oh, that's an amazing album too. Like that is
Oh,
such an
well, it's
underrated
rocked so
album.
hard. Cigarette Dangles. So
Pressing Lips is one of my favorite songs.
Be Beavis and Butthead played
Yes.
the video.
Yes.
No, this is what I think is the one moment that destroyed them. They did the video for Cigarette Dangles, and they had
Yes.
like it was like an early word video, and they had
Yeah.
words on the screen, and Beavis and Butthead go, "Oh, words suck."
Yeah. This is like college music.
It was done. The project was over
Oh,
in the
it's
States.
such a good album though. Like, I mean, did Ed Stasium
It
not work
is.
with Jeff Healey too?
I don't know, but he did this album with the Tea Party,
That's right too. Oh, what
and
an
he did
album.
all the
What an
fabulous
album
Ramones
that is.
albums, and he did the Smithereens.
Yes, the Smithereens, really.
Yeah.
I think I remember seeing Ed Stasium's name on the back of Hell to Pay by Jeff Healey. I think.
Uh, I think I have that album,
Yeah,
but I don't remember.
which is one of my favorite albums too. I love Jeff Healey. I don't talk about it much, but Jeff Healey is one of my favorite all-time artists. I loved his singing voice. I loved his guitar playing. I just
He was an interesting fellow. I'm glad I knew him, and he'd always phone me and make these orders for these DVDs I had.
yeah.
I'd go over to his house and drop them off. But he'd end every conversation with, "See you later." What? What did you say, Jeff?
See you later. I always like that one video clip of him driving the bus
Oh my God.
behind the wheel of the bus. I'm like, what? What was he doing? It reminded me of, I don't know if you remember Saturday Night Live did this camera commercial with Stevie Wonder on a tennis court, and Stevie Wonder's playing tennis, and then he's taking pictures with this amazing camera. The camera's so easy to use, even Stevie Wonder could use it. That's terrible. How do you not
Hilarious.
laugh at that? It's hilarious. If I don't know if you ever saw that one.
Anyway, actually, I've been watching a lot of Second City things. I just watched the Tubes on Second City doing Sushi Girl,
Oh, I remember that.
the fishing
Um,
musician.
Another sad thing, I don't know if you heard Donald Shabib died, the guy who produced Going Down the Road.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Speaking of
Well, and
SCTV, who did the best parody of that movie ever.
oh my God, let's go to Young Street.
And they used the Stomp and
So,
Tom song in it.
oh really?
Yeah, they
What
used
one?
To It and At It in that thing. I remember John
Oh,
Candy and Joe
At It.
Flaherty driving down the road listening to It and At It.
Sweet. Talking about, there are some significant deaths in the music community. Peter Moore died,
Mm-hmm.
and which
Baxter.
is sad. And he did the Trinity sessions for
Cowboy Junkie.
Cowboy Junkies,
Yeah.
and he did some master performing years ago, and did a lot of bringing back to life a lot of old projects, especially for the band
Yeah.
and stuff like that. So that's, and then more shockingly is David Baxter. Founder of the Sharks, Sherry Keane,
Oh, Sherry Keane.
and Hayes. That was his wife at the time, and Hey Stella, and many projects. He produced 3 Bob Snyder albums. I'm a big Bob Snyder fan, and one of them was when I was at EMI. We did a very unique recording in a church, a live recording, and we had like Terry Wilkins with us, and just a stellar lineup of people playing along.
And
And
Laurie Yates,
actually,
Laurie Yates, he worked with Laurie Yates quite a bit too.
yeah. So in Hey Stella's, well, she's the lead singer of Hey Stella, along with
Mhm.
Basil from Blue Rodeo, and Michelle from Prairie Oyster.
Okay.
And I saw them play. Well, I saw the last Hey Stella gig. It was his birthday party for Carrie Duell in Hamilton at the
Mhm.
Casbah, and that's the last time I saw them. I also Ron Sexsmith showed up, and my favorite Canadian man, oh, Whitehorse showed up. Oh God, I couldn't believe they showed up. They were so good. I love
Oh yeah,
Whitehorse.
that's the guy that plays guitar for Sarah McLachlan on tour, doesn't he? And his wife.
Not now,
And his
but
wife. I
yeah,
saw them open for Blue Rodeo in Barrie.
right.
And
But David Baxter was quite a shock, age 69, and
yeah,
uh,
yeah,
made
and
huge contributions.
it's amazing what guys like that meant to so many musicians in the industry here in Canada. Like,
He was also at Pure Music for several years too, and he did a lot of great programs there to get songwriters writing songs and stuff
right.
like that.
Yeah, those hit hard to the community,
Yeah, yeah.
for sure.
But
Because
we're
I
at
had
that age.
yeah, I interviewed Laurie Yates. She was one of the best interviews I've had.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, she was fantastic. She was such a nice person to talk to. She was great.
In 1981, we had a party in this house. Actually, the house that Breeding Ground started in, and we had the last resorts play in the basement, and that's Laurie Yates was the lead singer back then, back in 1981. It was a wild party, and the last resorts rocked it.
That's awesome. I thought you should know that out
Yeah.
here on PEI, because I think you were around at that time. Were you around when the Irish Rovers released "Wasn't That a Party"?
I joined Attic Records after that.
Oh, did you? Okay, because that song is getting quite the resurgence here on radio in PEI.
Uh-huh.
I've been hearing it a lot lately. I don't know what it is. I haven't heard that song for years. All of a sudden, every weekend on the Saturday Night Hoedown, they play that song.
Hmm. I don't know, but
Oh,
it's so weird how many songs are coming back nowadays with random play on Spotify and bands
yeah,
finding out that these songs that were just B sides are getting lots of play because
yeah,
the Spotify curates a playlist of songs that will be like the ones you've been ordering up. Kind of
yeah.
weird.
It is weird, but I mean, it's good though. It's nice when they bring back a song that you kind of forgot about after a while.
But ain't nothing like the real thing, baby.
It's
Gotta
true.
have music in my hands.
Um, what about I bought this recently. It's not Canadian, but
Don't know it.
it's that is Mammoth WVH. This is Wolfgang Van Halen's band.
Oh, they're coming to town next week or something, I think.
Yeah, they're opening for Metallica.
Oh,
And I
wow.
and I dug this out. Just this is Canadian.
What song is that?
It's not. It's a
Oh,
greatest hits
yeah.
CD.
Oh,
I haven't
huh.
even I haven't even opened it yet, but you know it's going to be opened very soon.
Give me an R.
All
Give me an
right.
O. Give me a C. Give me a K. What's that spell?
I saw them open up for Ronnie James Dio
Oh my God.
in Toronto at the exhibition grandstand.
The guy who invented this.
Yes. Do you remember those days when they used to have those grandstand concerts and after the Blue Jays game they'd have to tow the stage down with a truck down in front of the grandstand? You remember those days?
I wonder what happened to that stage.
Yeah, I wonder where it is. I wonder if it got torn apart or it fell apart. Or if it's in
Or
it should be in a museum somewhere, actually.
there should be some drive-in for putting shows on.
Or they should still be
So
using it.
many
They should
so many shows in that stage.
I saw so many shows at the exhibition grandstand when I was growing up. As I'm sure you probably did too back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't really. The thing is, I didn't really grow up in Ottawa, so
Yeah.
I. But I saw them a lot at the exhibition in Ottawa. I got to see Linda Ronstadt in 1978. Oh my God, that was amazing. I used to be able to sit out in my window in the 60s and I could hear like the Supremes in 1966 and Johnny Cash
Oh
side
boy.
of the Ottawa.
Oh, and I saw that documentary about the rock and roll revival movie that you told
Wasn't
me
that
about, actually.
pretty good, eh?
That was really good. I didn't even know that concert took place. Like, I mean, I wasn't around, so I was like, I don't even know if I was born at the
The
time.
seat of their pants.
Yeah, I just
You see Eric Clapton.
yeah,
What was that?
I can't believe Alice Cooper. That was his first show in Toronto, was it?
I'm not sure.
And then hearing
Not
Geddy
sure.
Lee talk about being at that concert, that was pretty neat.
Yeah, he was at the screening I went to, and he was being interviewed by Alan Cross, talking about that day.
I'm hearing rumors him and Alex are going to work again.
I know. I just saw some sort of rush thing going on.
Yeah, like he's got a
Hey,
book out.
Yeah, he's touring that book right now. I ordered it from the public library. If you want to see an amazing book, try to order up from your public library Geddy Lee's Book of Big Basses. Oh my God, great book about a bass guitars and interviews with all kinds of bass players. Pretty
I wouldn't
neat.
mind seeing that. I think I've seen it in the
Yeah,
store. I just haven't bought it yet, but I probably will.
It's massive.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe our public library had it, so I ordered it up.
That's pretty cool.
So
what's new in the movie business?
And well, the strike's over, so it's going to get a better flow of movies. And some movies will come out now because the actors wouldn't be doing interviews for them, so they held them back. So there's going to be some old movies released now that have been finished for a while. So that's good.
I did see the Adam Sandler movie, and I did see the cameo of the movie theater in Oakville.
I was there sometimes when they were shooting it, but I wasn't on camera.
That was awesome. I was like, hey, I know where that theater is. I've seen that theater before. And I don't know, I couldn't pull it up, but I sent you a picture of that theater when it was a Cineplex back in 1988.
Oh no, that was great. No, I appreciate you sending me that picture. We're looking for old pictures at work, so that was a good start.
That was one of the most popular movie theaters in that part of Ontario for a long time. It was like the best theater to go to back then, before everything got too crazy. But yeah, I used to go to that theater. I used to go there a lot.
Huh.
It's great to see it still open.
Anyway, man. Yep, that's for sure. I'm finished my talk for the day, I think.
Okay.
I just want to show you the first time the great Canadian band, the Tea Party, toured Australia. I showed you this when you were here, didn't I? What they gave me?
Did. I think you did. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Genuine kangaroo scrotum. Nice change purse. I'll put it right back in the package it came in. They gave this to me over 30 years ago.
You always make me laugh, Dave. You always make me laugh.
I have the balls to do that.
Oh, I get it. I get those. That was very, very clever. Very clever. Hey, do you know why? Do you know why you can never hear a pterodactyl go to the bathroom?
Why?
Because the P is silent.
Oh God! Nice. You had a yearning to say that.
Yeah, I know. It was terrible. Thanks for joining me, Dave.
All right, man.
Keep rocking.
On.
Keep rocking.
And turn off the record.
Okay.
I'll talk to you.
All right.
Turn off the record.
All right. Thanks, Dave.